Selamat siang semua. Apa kabar? Biasanya jam ini itu jam yang bahaya. Semua orang udah makan juga, dan what happens after we have lunch? Biasanya kita agak lemes. So hopefully not fall asleep today. Is this mic good? Karena kadang-kadang putus ini. This mic working? Di belakang juga suaranya jelas kan? Everyone hears me, right? Okay, let's see if this works. This also works. Okay, how do I get back? Okay. All right. I have berapa lama? Setengah jam atau 2 jam? Setengah jam aja kan? Don't worry. Okay, so I'm going to do something different today. Karena biasanya if we do this type of presentations, pasti ada banyak gambar-gambar yang bagus, a lot of nice graphs. Today I want to make it a bit more interactive. Is that okay with you? Okay ya, supaya teman-teman di sini nggak tidur. So we make it a bit interactive, okay? So if everyone can help me and take out your phone and open your camera app. So take out your phone now. It's okay, take out your phone. Atau kalau mau bikin Instagram story boleh juga. But you need to tag me, okay? Tag me if you make an Instagram story, you need to tag me. Okay, so everyone, take out your phone, ambil aja HP-nya, and if you can, tembak this QR code. So aim your camera to this QR code. I will go out of the way, and you just let me know if this works. Karena sebenarnya ini yang pertama kali I'm trying this out, but I believe it's going to be really, really fun. Okay, does it work? Does it work? Go somewhere. Okay, Melly. Let's see now. So the first question, so what do you see? What question? The first question, you see how large is your workforce? Do you see that at the poll? Okay. This is anonymous, okay? We don't know what you answer. So this is anonymous. Karena saya mau mengerti juga, all of our friends here, what is the type of workforce that you manage at the moment? Itu quote unquote, or at least manageable, mungkin di bawah 50 orang. Or is it bigger? So if you can, be so friendly to just choose the workforce that you are managing at the moment. And then we'll see. What? A lot of big people here. Big people managing a lot of headache juga ya. Oh, we're getting a bit more 50-ish as well. Okay, this is very interesting. Oh, okay. Tiba-tiba change. Okay, but for sure, if I look here, rata-rata, the workforce that everyone here is managing is lumayan besar. It's 3 people up, so that's lumayan pusing juga, tau nggak? I always say, the more people we manage, the more headache we have. Or no? No, not here? The more people we manage, the easier life gets. Sometimes. Okay, that was question number 1. Thank you so much for answering. Let's go to question number 2. Thank you, Melly. Are you using any technology within the HR function? Are you using any type of technology within the HR function? This is interesting to understand juga, karena pasti zaman sekarang everything goes digital. But does that mean that the HR function also goes digital? Belum tentu juga. Are you using any technology? Okay, great. This is a good crowd. This is a very good crowd. So most of the friends here, pernah coba juga, maybe certain platforms, but still learning. Amazing. Everyone wants to learn. That's really good. Okay, everyone answered? Let's go to the next one. How do you think technology integration can impact your workforce? How do you think technology integration can impact your workforce? Karena in the last couple of years, I've been speaking to so many HR professionals, amazing people like yourself. Dan biasanya mereka nanya juga, okay, if I use technology, why would I do that? Manfaatnya apa? So what is it for you? increased efficiency and productivity. Itu jelas. Okay. Okay. Sorry, this mic kadang-kadang putus ya. FYI. FYI. Ini bisa. Are you sure? Are you sure? Okay. This sounds better. All right, let's try. Let's try again. Okay, good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing this because I think this is really important. Karena pasti acara-acara ini super bagus, tapi I think everyone is here thinking about manfaat buat saya, manfaat buat workforce saya, manfaat buat HR department saya. What is it, right? And at the end of the day, I am here not to sell you anything. I'm here to start a discussion. A discussion about the role of technology within your organization. How can technology actually improve your workforce? How could technology improve your efficiencies within the organization? That's the discussion I want to start today. So again, I'm not here to sell anything. But of course, if you want to talk to me, we can always talk, right? But not to sell anything. Okay. So Melly, if you can be so kind, let's go back to the presentation. Let's start. Okay. Over the last 7 years, we've been building Workmate. And Workmate is our company. We have a booth there in the back. And we've been talking to so many companies, big and small. And the conclusion of that is that 95% of the clients that we talk to, mostly, the majority of their HR function still has some paper. If I say paper, it could be that absensi itu masih lewat kertas. It could be that when clients hire people, it goes on paper, it goes on different type of documents, but there's a lot of manual tasks, right? If I would ask you here, kita jujur aja, safe space, kita jujur aja. If I ask here, in this room right now, who has some type of paper or online process when it comes down into their HR function? Are there any people here that are brave enough to say that? Or, yeah, a few, right? We have a few. Dan pasti ada banyak orang mungkin malu juga kan. But I don't think we have to be malu because I think that's where we are right now. This is the reality, right? And the question is, kalau kita lihat ke masa depan, do we think that this will remain the same? Or do we think that technology is going to take over HR and do things way, way more efficient? Because like I said, I see with our clients, I see that the more paper they use, the more manual things that they do, the more pusing they are. Benar nggak? Would you agree? More paperwork, more pushing. More paperwork means more mistakes. Dan seperti tadi, we see also, right? What is the real benefit of technology? It's increased efficiency, right? Increased efficiency and less manual errors. And who wants more efficiency and less manual errors? I think everyone wants to have more efficiency and less manual errors. Okay? So what does that mean? I'm gonna come back to this, right? But I first want to tell you a quick story about this that you don't see. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter. A long time ago, there was a boat. I want to tell you a quick story, okay? A long time ago, there was a boat that was sailing on the sea. And this boat crashed into an iceberg. Who knows the name of this boat? Exactly. It was the Titanic. And the reason why the Titanic crashed, because the captain did not see the iceberg, right? Didn't see the iceberg. And you see in the meantime, my slides are gone, but it doesn't matter. The captain did not see the iceberg. Why did the captain not see the iceberg? It was part below the sea, right? And so it was a big part below the sea, and it was a small part above the sea. And it was dark, right? So this captain didn't see anything dangerous.
So visibility was very low. Visibility was very low. And that was actually the main reason why this boat crashed. So what has this story to do with our workforce of today? What has the theme of visibility? What does it have to do with today? I think it has to do everything with today. It has to do everything with how we manage and how we look at our workforce. Because this is like the first time I experienced this type of slides where nothing is working. But it doesn't matter. Because if we look at our workforce, apalagi kita lihat atau kita bicara mengenai blue-collar workers atau frontline workers. And we look at the pyramid of workers, right? Pasti the management level or manager up levels is way smaller than the blue-collar or frontline workers. So if we then talk about visibility, we would love to have a radar like this when it comes down to our workforce. If we have visibility in our workforce, then we can make better decisions. And I believe that data-driven decisions are always better than emotion-driven decisions. Setuju gak? Let me repeat that. Data-driven decisions are always better than emotion-driven decisions. And by the way, that does not only apply to the workforce, it also applies to your personal life. But that's a different topic. So data-driven, right? So I want to talk about this visibility. As any type of company, we need to have visibility in our business. Apalagi in our blue-collar workforce. My passion, right? My love for building what we're building is that coming back to this triangle of workers, right? And we look at Indonesia, we look at Southeast Asia. Over 200 million blue-collar workers in the region. Very poorly served. A lot of things within the blue-collar workers or frontline workers is being done manual, with paper, offline. Mungkin mulut ke mulut. Very, very old school. And how can technology actually help to create more visibility within the blue-collar workforce? Only Indonesia, 80 million blue-collar workers. So they are the backbone of the companies that we are managing. They are the ones, they are the big numbers of the companies that we're managing. So how could we help this workforce? And what tools are there to help us manage these workers better? So this is a quick one on how we look at staffing, right? How we look at the hiring process as it is. As we saw, a lot of our friends here have experience with doing things offline. And when it comes down to hiring, I think it's one of the main functions within organizations where things happen offline. Whether it is we have these offline hiring days, recruitment days, whether we do administration on paper or those type of things, I think this segment and this part of the HR function is the most old school and traditional of all the HR functions. So what I believe is that this whole model of how do I get good people? I do outreach, could be mulut ke mulut. I ask my staff, hey, can you refer me to a friend that can also, join our company? Or you use, social media platforms, WhatsApp or whatever it is. And from there, that outreach you go up, right? And you need to sort and screen. And I've spoken to different clients that have recruiting days where thousands of people, they come through that door. And then there's 50 HR people who are all looking at the resumes and looking and speaking to all of them. And days go by. I believe that this hiring process is drastically going to change due to technology. And that's not only going to help workers, it's going to help the companies that are hiring. It's going to help all of us, and at the end of the day, it's going to help the economy. I believe it 200%, I'm convinced that. So how we look at it at Workmate is that this old model where we do outreach, we need to sort and screen, and we need to coordinate interviews, and eventually we hire, I believe that that's outdated. I believe with technology now, we can speed up that process. Again, this is not a sales pitch. I'm just trying to give you a concept of how I look at hiring. So within Workmate, we have built this Workmate universe, or this, this pool of workers. Now we have over 500,000 workers in our worker pool, where all the whole process, right, when it comes down to this whole outreach to hiring, it all happens within one platform. And every worker on this platform, just like when you order your martabak or your nasi goreng, the Gojek driver that brings it, you see that this Gojek driver, Andrew, has 4.5 stars. And you see that this Gojek driver has 1,000 trips. There is some quality that this Gojek driver has. And this same applies to the workers that go through our platform. So coming back to the topic of visibility, if we can cover this visibility for you, your decisions, who you want to hire, will become way easier than if you compare it to the offline way. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? If I'm making sense, can I hear you're making sense? One person said that. Can I just hear amen then? Yeah? Is it correct? Amen, eh? But you get my point, right? So visibility is quality, right? So I want to go into this visibility a bit deeper. Because at the end of the day, if I would say, does anyone need visibility? Of course, everyone would say, yes, I need visibility. But what is the manfaatnya apa? I believe the more visibility we have, the more quality decisions we make, right? The more visibility we have, the more quality decisions we make. If we hire better people, for sure, peluangnya lebih besar. Setuju? So what does that mean? So within Workmate, we define it. One of the ways we define quality is by looking at this blue screen, because we just try to build tension. That's what we do. Is this working or no? So one way we look at it is that we developed a reliability score. A reliability score. That means every worker in our platform has a score. And the reliability score actually means how reliable is this person? How reliable is this person, right? Because reliability says a lot about if someone actually shows up. And I think we've all, especially in the hiring, especially hiring for blue-collar workers, pasti ada pengalaman juga where, you hire people and they just don't show up. Udah jelas kan? This here is John. Little John invited 10 friends to come to his birthday party. No one showed up. That's really sad, right? If you're the HR manager and you're hiring 50 people and only 2 show up, you'll be as sad as John, for sure. So how do we fix that? As I said before, within Workmate, we developed this reliability score. Again, I think that the whole topic of today is data-driven decisions, right? And one of the data points that we use to have better decisions is called this reliability score. So what is that? Reliability score, coming back to this portfolio of workers that we have, 500,000 workers. Could there be a way that we could say, of all these thousands of workers, can we say, oh, your reliability is really strong, your reliability is a bit medium, your reliability is a bit low? Could we create that? So our data science team, they went in the rooms and they were starting to crunch the numbers on performance of workers. And what we found out is that this score, right? So we started to actually score these workers that showed up, that clocked in, that had good reviews from their clients. There's a correlation between the two. So just a quick one on how it done works, right? So these workers, of course, they need to show up. They need to show up. They need to be on time. Once, okay, for example, if you look at these blue-collar workers, let's say their contract is extended, it adds to their score. If they get a thumbs up, just like you give your Gojek driver a thumbs up, it adds to the score. And what if you can have a situation where you only hire reliable workers? Instead of hiring 10 people, no one shows up. What if there's a situation that you hire 10 people and you actually know these 10 people, benar-benar, they show up? I bet everyone's life would be way, way easier and more efficient if that happens. So this is just a quick one on how it works in our platform. So we have all these workers, and once we post a job, the system will automatically give a list of workers based on reliability. Meaning that the first person here, whose name is blurred, let's call him Andrew, the first person on the list is the most reliable worker for that specific job. So our team is actually doing that automatically for you. Instead of you being here, waiting for 1,000 people to come through the door, waiting for all the people to do the interviews, after that sorting and screening and discussing with your colleagues, who should we hire? Our platform does it for you. So this would have been a really nice graph to explain to you how that works. But what this shows, what it should show, is that we looked at the reliability score of workers. As you can see here at the bottom, so this is the 0.1 up until 0.8 is the score itself. And we compared that with the number of no-shows of these workers. And we saw that the higher the reliability score is of this worker, the lower their first day no-show is. So coming back to John's birthday, if John would have known that the reliability of his friends would be all 0.8 or above, then he could have been quite certain that all of his friends showed up. And if we go from John to you, and we look at your hiring flow, how good would it be if you could actually select the most reliable workers to come to work for you? That is how I believe one of the ways how data can help you make better decisions and how technology can make your whole workforce management more efficient. So this is just a quick one on how it looks, but let's forget the slides. Doesn't really matter. Coming back to this whole topic of data-driven decisions. If we talk about mass hiring, it is usually a challenge. Ini benar-benar susah sih. Karena ya, if you just hire one person, I think that's still manageable. But if you hire 10, 50, 100 people, to have all this data, it takes a lot of time. So what if you have a system where we've actually already have it for you? So in our platform, again, just like your Gojek driver, every worker has a profile, right? And on this profile, you'll see all these different data points. When Budi Setiawan, do we have Budi Setiawan in the room here? That would be quite nice if Budi Setiawan is here. In the back there? No? Not? No, that's Aaron, that's different. But Budi Setiawan is in our pool. And we see when he was active, we see how many days he worked, we see the ratings that he has, his experience, without you having interviewed him. Eh? So you would see this on the platform. So we come back again to this walk-in interview day where 1,000 workers come in. We have 50 people here from HR doing interviews. Udah nggak usah. No need to do that. Because the data will help you make decisions. Because we've already done it for you. So this is one of the ways how we do it. So my question actually is this, right? To kind of like close my session today. Do you need visibility in your workforce? Is that something that you want? Do you believe that if you have more visibility in your workforce, do you believe that that will help your company? It will help you in your work? It will help you become more efficient? Is that a yes or a no? Well, you don't have to answer, but I think you have an answer for yourself, right? Is that a yes or a no? Do you want more visibility in your workforce? My final slide here was actually, my final slide was an iceberg, because I wanted to tie it back to the Titanic. This iceberg, within the HR context, within what we are doing here, for me the iceberg is first day no-shows. Is the quality of this worker. Is he trustworthy, yes or no? You know, in what way can we say like, okay, this worker is actually, you know, not churning after one day? Transparency, reconciliation. There's a lot of different icebergs that we as HR professionals are maneuvering around. And hopefully, with the right visibility, you will not crash into an iceberg, but you'll crash into nothing. But you'll just head to your destination like you should be. So I hope today that at least we start a conversation. We start a conversation about how data can help you make better decisions. And, you know, I would love to talk to anyone here, you know, especially as I see there's a lot of friends here who manage big workforce. As I said, big workforce, biasanya big pusing juga. If you want to talk about headache, come to us. All right, I hope you enjoyed. I hope there's some type of opening of conversation. And I wish everyone an amazing day. Thank you so much.